So, hi everyone, this is Atya Balaji here. I welcome you all to this final week of that is the week 4 of the masterclass on the prompt engineering. The week 4 is will be on the advanced prompt engineering and deployment. So, the tagline for this is you're going to go from being a prompt writer to prompt architect. So let us see that without wasting any time, what is that we are going to learn in this week 4. So mainly the week 4 focuses on writing, moving on from writing individual prompts to designing them, okay, and complete AI system. Okay, so basically the learners, that is the audience, will be learning how complex tasks will be broken down into multiple prompt steps, okay, and how these prompts work together as a workflows and how the AI maintains the context using the memory. So memory is also there here, and we'll be introducing you to concepts like prompt chaining, AI agents, prompt orchestration, okay, that is prompt orchestration, okay, and advanced reasoning patterns that are used in real world AI application. By the end of this week, you'll be able to design, structure, and deploy your own prompt based systems. So starting off with the prompt chaining. Okay, so prompt chaining is basically a technique of splitting the complex task into multiple smaller prompts. Okay, so you might well be aware of chunking. Okay, chunking is where you actually break down the data into small parts and feed it to the AI. Here we are not going to break down the data. We are going to break down your prompts into smaller prompts so that all the complex task is carried out smoothly. So here what happens is basically first when you give a prompt A, okay, so the output of prompt A is considered as the input of prompt B, and the output of prompt B is considered as the input for the prompt C. So instead of asking the AI to do everything at once, you guide it to do step by step. Now this basically reduces the challenge of hallucination of the AI and gives you a better output. And why prompt chaining is very much necessary. So single long prompts fail because there's a context overload. Okay, context, you already are well aware the number of tokens that can be taken by the AI. Okay, and the mixed objectives, okay, a high hallucination risk and poor structure. Prompt chaining, it improves the accuracy, improves traceability, and allows validation at each step. So this is a sample resume screening system, okay, which we can actually create using the chat GPT. So what you do basically here is that you give the first prompt as which is the information extraction. You tell the chat GPT, you paste the resume or you upload the resume, and you tell the chat GPT to extract technical skills, soft skills, education, and experience from the resume below. Here, your AI is only extracting, it's not judging. Now, your prompt 2 is basically on evaluation. Now, you say that evaluate the extracted skills for the data analyst role, mention strengths and weakness. Now, the AI is become an evaluator, so it will be evaluating your resume. Now, and the prompt 3 is a recommendation. Okay, so you will say that suggest 3 specific improvements to increase the job readiness for data analyst role. So that is the final stage. So it will give you its recommendation. So that's how the prompt chaining is actually done. Now, prompt memory and the stateful conversation. Now, this is another concept of memory. So, what happens is that what is memory in the prompt engineering? Okay, memory means retaining the information across the prompt. So, you might give multiple prompts to the AI, but the ability of the AI to remember it is very important in terms of also the data. So, there are two types of memory, the short term memory and long term memory. Short term within the current chat, that is the context window. Okay, long term memory is stored externally. Okay, so these are the two types of memory. So why memory matters? Okay, without memory, the chatbots feel basically they're dumb. Okay, the AI forgets its preferences. Okay, no personalization. But with memory, AI feels intelligent, conversation feel natural, and system scales better. Okay, so this is the advantage of having a memory. Now, hands-on example for this. Okay, So without explicit memory, okay, so I am a vegetarian. My next prompt, create a diet plan. Now, what is the risk here is that AI may forget that I am a vegetarian. That is one problem. Okay, now with explicit memory. Okay, so basically what happens here is that you give your user preference, that is the memory. You say that the diet should be vegetarian, the goal is the weight loss, and then you say that create a 7-day diet plan based on the above. Okay, so the AI knows that it needs to prepare a vegetarian diet plan and it is for the weight loss. And to prepare any this thing, okay, memory is not magic. Okay, it must be explicitly passed or stored. AI agents. Okay, now this is the another concept. Autonomous prompt systems. What is AI agent? An AI agent is not a single prompt. It is like a prompt plus memory plus tools plus decision loop. Okay, so it is a combination of four different things that makes an AI agent. Okay, so it is the, so you have a prompt over there. You have a prompt. You have a memory. You have a tool, and then you have a decision loop also. Okay, so excuse me. Yeah, you have a prompt, you have a memory, tools, and decision loop. So basically agents, what they can do is they can plan your task, they can design the next action. Okay, they can use different tools and repeat until the goal is achieved. So it works on loop. Now the thing is the difference in example. Okay, so human and the agent. Okay, so intern, okay, so it executes one task, employee executes multiple tasks, but an agent, okay, plans, executes, and evaluates. It does all the tasks. So that is how that is an example to showcase what an agent can do. Okay, hands-on conceptual example. So now what you can do is here, you can give the AI a task that find a best laptop under 60,000 for programming. So your prompt is going to be, you are a research agent. Okay, your goal is to recommend the best laptop under 60,000 for programming. Break the task into steps, execute each step logically. Now what happens is that the chat gpt or the any AI that you're using, okay, will actually work on loop until it gets a laptop which is under 60,000. Okay, and which is best for programming. Okay, and until that it will keep on running. Okay, so that's why I said so it is a prompt, it will have a memory, it will know that okay, these are the condition, and it will use the tools like the web or whatever web pages where these laptops are listed down. Okay, and then decision loop, so it will keep on running until the final decision is reached, that is repeat until the goal is achieved. Now, what is prompt orchestration? Okay, so prompt orchestration, okay, means orchestration means managing multiple prompts, memory, and tools all together. Now, LangChain is basically a framework that connects the prompts, okay, controls flow, and adds memory and calls the tools also. Okay, why orchestration is needed? Because prompt engineering alone is not equal to product. Okay, orchestration turns prompts into application. So user is there, he gives a prompt template to the LLM. Okay, LLM, what it will do is it will have a tool, a memory. With the help of that, it will give you an output. Now that thing happens through a lang chain, which is basically a framework. Now for this, we'll see just a small example. Okay, so what happens here is that I will be uploading a document and I will give the prompt like split the following document into logical sections based on the heading. Now here what is happening is we are preparing the document for an AI memory. So we have uploaded a document on any AI platform. Okay, and we are giving a prompt like split the following document into logical sections based on the headings. Okay, so any document whichever headings it has, based on that the AI will divide it, and it will also have now a memory of dividing it, and it will know the contents. Now next what I'm going to do is I will give it summarize the section 1 to 5 section 1 in 5 bullet points. Now we reduce the context size without losing the meaning. Okay. Now what is happening? It has already divided the document into five parts or six parts, and that I'm telling it to summarize the first part in five bullet points. And now I'll tell repeat all the other sections. Now we reduce the context size without losing the meaning again. Now, what happens here is that, okay, now I'm going to ask what are the key findings of the study. Okay, now what will happen is that the ChatGPT already has the data. Now it is working on the memory. Okay, so based on the summaries below, identify which section is the most relevant to question. Okay, so AI decides because it already has the data. Now AI will decide where to look, not everything. It will not go through everything. It will only see where it has to see because it is broken down into different sections. Now next what will happen is that using only the summary of the section 3 answers the user's questions clearly. Okay, so I am the user. I will tell based on this particular section whatever question I ask you answer me. So that when I ask a question, AI knows that I have to only look in this particular section, not anywhere else. Okay, so this is known as basically prompt orchestration. Okay, so why this is called as prompt orchestration is because prompts are not isolated. Each prompt has a specific role. Prompts are coordinated, outputs are controlled, just like a orchestra. Okay, each instrument plays its part. Together they produce a music. Okay, so this is also one of the type of prompting. Okay, advanced prompt patterns. Okay, so pattern one is a reflection prompting. Okay, so AI checks and improves its own prompt. So for example, answer the question. Okay, and then critique your answer and improve it. So, okay, so basically it is used in if you're writing a story, code review, or academic content. Next pattern is tree of thoughts. Okay, so AI explores multiple paths. Okay, generate three solution, compare the advantages and disadvantages, select the best solution. Okay, so I will give it a task and I'll tell for this you generate three solutions, compare the advantages and disadvantages, and give me the best solution. So mainly it is used in business or marketing for strategy planning or decision making. Okay. The third pattern is react, like reason plus act. So AI reasons, then decides to use a tool. Okay. So reason step by step. Okay. If calculation is required, explain how you would calculate it, then give the final answer. So these patterns reduce hallucination used in research grade AI and mimic the human thinking. So it is all basically like you're making the ChatGPT to think in a human way. Okay. So it avoids error. It improves the efficiency of your output. So that was all for basically for the fourth week. So we started off with the prompt chaining. Okay, so prompt chaining is nothing but giving breaking down complex task and giving a prompt as a step by step prompt you are giving in. Okay, then you we took an example of resume screening. Okay, then the prompt memory and stateful conversation. There are two types of memory: short-term memory, long-term memory. Okay, so here we took an example of user preference, and then we also studied about the AI agents. Okay, so basically AI agent is nothing but you have a prompt, you have a memory, you have a tool, and you have a decision loop. So until your task is not executed, it will keep on running. Okay. Here we took an example of finding out the best laptop under 60,000 for programming. Okay. Then prompt orchestration. So what is basically an orchestration is it works like an orchestra. Everything plays its parts, but together they give you the output. So here we took an example of a document. Okay. So there we divided the document into different sections and we told it to summarize each sections in five bullet points. And then we also told to give us what is the key finding of this particular study. Then we told to, okay, based on those summaries, identify the section that is most relevant to the question. And then we told it to look for a particular section and then give the answer only related to those section when it is asked. Okay. So that was a prompt orchestration and then advanced prompt pattern. So we went through three prompt patterns. Pattern one is reflection prompting. So you ask a question, then you tell it to give it a critique and then improve it. tree of thought. Basically, you give a task, then you tell it to give three solutions, then you tell it to give advantage and disadvantage, then select the final one, and then finally was reason and act react. Okay, so you basically tell the chat gpt to reason step by step for whatever prompt you're giving. Okay, so and like if calculation is required, and explain it step by step, okay, how you would calculate it, then give the final answer. So these are some of the not some of the these are the best techniques that can be used in prompt engineering. So if you basically look back at the our series of classes, we started off with week one where we studied about the types of the uh, prompts, and then we had a hands-on where we also studied different frameworks, and then we went ahead with week two where we studied about output structuring. Okay, and like in which format we want all this, we went through in the week two. And in week three we studied a little bit advanced version where we studied about the chunking a document. Okay, and then into week four we are into AI agents. We discussed about how to make a run a prompt on a loop until we get our final output. Okay, so these are some of the things that the uh, that will be very much helpful for you while you're dealing with chat gpt or any type of ai, because it all depends on how you are able to talk with the ai. That is the most important thing. Okay, so please go through these contents. If it is helpful for you, please do like, share, and comment. Okay, and do subscribe. Okay, so there are many lots and lots of AI tools available. Okay, so not only Chat GPT is there, you have DeepSeek is there, and then you have Gemini is there, you Cloud is there, and then Google Notebook is there. Google Notebook LM is there. There is one of the fantastic software you have. Okay, like that many are there. Okay, so paper pal is there. It's mainly used for people who are into research. Okay, it will be very much helpful if anyone is into research. So like that multiple, but everywhere it is all about how best you can give an input to the AI, how best you can talk to the AI so that it can understand. Okay, so it's not a human, you have to admit it. So you have to talk to it in a specific way such that it can understand. Okay, so that will be all from me. This is Atya Balaji signing off. Okay, please go through all the contents, revise, give multiple prompts, make your journal diary, and that's how you can improve. That's how you can master this. And this is the need of the hour, and I think it will be very much helpful for you. Okay, so once again, thank you all. This is Atya Balaji signing off.